Herring, there you go. Okay, looks good.
Yes, it does.
Great. All right, so this is module 2. So I'm just using section 2, but they are, the other section is identical, so that's fine. And this is syllabus. Here's the module 2, and I'm going to click the first item in the module 2, kind of summary of module 2. So as you could see in module 1, modules 1 and 2 are very, fundamental stuff. Kind of start very slow because it's going to ask you to do very simple things. And for some people, maybe it's too easy or, too quite straightforward. But starting from module 3, you're going to see some kind of steep learning curve. So you're going to expect some kind of exciting stuff. But still, module 2, we have some formatting. For example, formatting, as you can see, font, still we're doing font, size, color, number format, and percentage is a little different. So I think some people still have an issue with creating percentages in Excel. So we're going to go over that and working with date format and more of alignment borders, merging cells, rotating cells, format dialog box. So those are some items appear in module 2. So still making, those worksheets look nice. And highlighting, that's using conditional formatting. So go to Home tab, then there's a conditional formatting so that you can highlight cells based on whatever rules or conditions. Okay, so that's the highlight column titles and colors. You can do so from conditional formatting, where you can just do it right away using styles in toolbar. Borders, I think it's kind of repeated from above, but fonts, dollar sign, percent sign, pretty much straightforward. That you already knew from Microsoft Word. So basically, you need to complete those pages from 2-1 to 2-63. Okay, and so that's kind of summarizing module 2 in terms of exercises. So I put a little different items here. Okay. The way we did in face-to-face class, rather than just go over page by page in the module, so I introduced some other things that will be helpful understand this module. So this is one of them, because I think some people still need help with creating percentage and work with percentages in Excel. So this is what it is, exercise for module 2. And what you do is you just highlight this section, which is a data section. Then you copy that. Then you're going to move over to Excel, which I already did. Paste it right there. So I just paste it just like that. And this section I created, but once you copy and paste, you're going to have this. Okay. Then what we're trying to do is, we can just go step by step, but I'll just explain from here. I'm going to make it bigger. Working with percentages, right? So creating percentages in Excel is a little different from when you do math, right? When you do math, what you're doing is just like this, right? Difference in this example, we have revenue, expenses in different columns. So we're trying to find profit margin in terms of percentage over revenue, okay? Because there's a difference between revenue and expenses, okay? That's either you're going to have a gain or loss, right? So that's why we're going to show it as a margin percentages. So what we're doing is take difference, which is revenue minus expenses, divided by B2, which is revenue, then multiply by 100. So that's typically what we do finding percentage in math. Then it's going to give you like 36%, 33%, whatever for these numbers. But in Excel, here's what you need to do. It's a little simpler. Well, all you need to do is just remove this 100%, okay? Multiplication by 100%, which is quicker because just do this part. Then what you're doing is you go to toolbar, then just click percent style. Okay, then if you need more decimal places, then you increase decimal or decrease decimal depending on how many decimal places you want it. So that's how you want to do percentages in Excel. So don't do like this. Just make things complicated, because if you now you get the number, then you're trying to format with the percentage, then the number will become just too much, because you just convert 36 to percentage. That's like a 3600%. Okay, so that's not what you want to do it. You want to just do it this way without multiplying by 100. Then just go to percent style, then apply decimal places. Okay. So that's how you're going to do percentage in Excel in principle. Then we have a couple of more exercises for the almost same thing. This time we have department budget. Then we have percentage of total in terms of showing this number against the total that adding all these budget items. So again, what we did was we just copied this data set, move over to Excel, then there will be exercise 2. Then I just paste it in this area just like that. The rest of them, so I'm going to show you in formula view. What we did was just find the sum for the budget for each department, all department. Then we're going to find the percentage of total in terms of this budget against the total budget, okay, which is B8. So that's why you're seeing B2 divided by B8, B3 divided by B8, B4 divided by B8. So that will give you percentages, right? So notice that I'm using $sign for B8, which is a divisor. So you need to give a $sign before B, between B and 8, so that B8 stays same as you copy to other cell. If you don't have this $sign, it'll become B9, B10, B11, and so forth when you copy. Okay, so that's why we have in this $sign. I think it's going to discuss in module 3, I believe, but I think it is still useful to talk about this in module 2. All right, so that's the idea, again, using percentages in this example. So this is just trying to copy. The reason I'm having here is if you have this normal view, you don't see the formula. So that's why I just want to show the formula in advance. But if you're showing it in the formula view, then you're going to see the formula view just like that. So this is kind of convenient trick. When you show only the formula, okay, then all you do is just, as you can see, that's all you have to do, okay? Go back and forth. And there, number 2. Number 3 is a little different. I think it's talk about currency, accounting format, border style. Again, this also coming from main module, so I think it's this kind of summarizing all those things. Because if you go back to chapter, again, it's like a 50 pages almost. So it's a lot of pages. So kind of make it a little compact by doing this. So again, this one, exercise 3. So I copy over to this worksheets 3. Then what we have is product, different product. We have January price, February price, March, April. Then we have, I think the currency format is a little weird because it's different currency that are already applied. So you can think of it as just dollar, that's fine. So what we did was finding average, okay, across each month, all month, then apply autofill all the way down. So that's what you're going to see. Then the idea is we're going to use different currencies. So what we did was this highlight, then go to number here, group, then go to currency. Or you can just click more number format. Then you see the currency. Under currency, you have different types of currencies over here. So that's what you see in here right now. I think it's the Thai currency applied. Then the other thing was border, right? So highlight there. Border is in here, font area. So go to border. Then, different types of border you can apply right here. So one of them we used was just either outside border or thick outside border. Okay. So let's try to utilize all these items in toolbar. And what else in this module? This exercise. I think that's it. And accounting format, adding currency symbol. Okay. Then number 4, again, we copy this, then paste over to sheets number 4. That's what you're going to have. I think this exercise will let you practice conditional formatting. For example, first one, I believe, entire data set. So we're going to apply conditional formatting to entire data set. So go to Home tab. Conditional formatting is right here. So we're going to highlight. Let me see, what was the condition? Bottom 3 revenue values. So bottom 3 revenue values out of those all items. So we go to conditional formatting. Highlight. If you don't see it, you go to top and bottom, and there you go, top 10, bottom 10. So you click top, bottom 10. All you do is change it to 3 instead of 10. So whatever number you want to show as, right? So that's where you're going to do it, the bottom 10, 5, whatever. And the other one, top 10th percentile for quarter 4. So I'm going to highlight column E, go to conditional formatting, top 10%, okay, right there. And the other one, apply icon set, meaning you can use this object. You can put any object into worksheet. So that was one of the exercise. So what you're doing is go to Insert tab. So you can insert picture, shape, icon, art, and all different kind of things. I think this one is coming from icon. So I think this one that I applied. Okay, so that's kind of another exercise for number 4. So I hope you get the idea from module 2. So I think one of the important skill is using conditional formatting. Okay, so you first highlight the area you want to highlight or apply conditions. Go to conditional formatting, either highlight or top and bottom. If it's highlighting cell, for example, greater than, right? So greater than certain numbers, then you choose whatever color you want to apply. Okay. And the other one, you have also less than, between two numbers, meaning between, for example, 0 and 1000. Okay, so you can apply these conditions as well with whatever shade you want to do. Okay. And then equal to certain value. Also, not only the number you can use for text, right? Doesn't have to be number. So you can test against whatever words you want to show as, for example, USD, you want to highlight USD, those three alphabets, then just type it in, then apply which color you want to show as. Okay. So that'll work too. Duplicate value can be also identified by doing this. Top and bottom, you also have a condition. You can highlight certain numbers above average. So you don't have to know the actual number, actual average, but you just you want to highlight it, then you can use this. You can highlight above average or below average. Okay. So that's all under conditional formatting. Right? Any questions so far? No questions? All right. Then next item is one of assignments, practice new function. I already opened up my file. So this is another item we did on face-to-face class. Let me maximize. And these functions or these skills are not appeared in the textbook. However, they are pretty commonly used, pretty popular. And most of these functions work with not only numbers, text, alphabets, or what we call alphanumeric based functions. So I think that's pretty interesting one. And also appear in Microsoft Excel certificate exam as well. Okay. So that's why I introduced in this module 2. So what we're doing is using these following functions. First of all, left function. So equals left. Here's the syntax. So whatever you indicate in this cell, which is A4, then you want to extract 3 letters or 3 characters from left. So that's how you're going to interpret. So what we're going to do is we just follow that. Left, I'm going to click A6 or type A6, comma, number 3. So it's going to extract 3 characters from left, right? Same thing. You don't have to type it again. All you do is just autofill. If it's 5 letters, it'll be number 5. If it's 7, number 7, and so forth. Pretty much straightforward. And next one is a right function. It's the same logic. We're going to extract characters from right side, okay? The most right position, equal. Right, comma, 4 letters or 4 characters. Just like that. So I'm going to switch to formula view. Just like that. So if you see only this way, when you enter, remember you can always switch back to normal view, which is this keystroke, Control plus tilde on your keyboard. All right. So that was right function. Mid function. Mid function requires three variables. And Of course, the first one is the cell containing the data. The second one is the where you're going to start from left. So you need to count from the left. Then last one is how many letters, how many characters you want to take, including itself. Okay. So for example, equal mid. So I want to use this A19, comma, I want to start from the number 5 position. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be 1, right? So it's going to extract 1, 2, 3 if you enter number, okay, I need to enter 5 first, right? 5, which will be number 1 position here, comma, then I want to extract 3 letters from there. So I'm going to type 3. So it's going to extract 1, 2, 3, only those 3 letters, just like that, right? Then I'm going to just autofill same thing. So it makes you understand the third variable, okay? I guess it's easy to understand what the second variable will do because it is a starting point. But some people are a little bit confused with the third one. But again, there's the number of characters you can extract, not the position, okay? All right, mid function. Then upper function is very simple. You want to make these letters all uppercase. So all you do is just equals upper and click the cell. There you go, make it all uppercase. Oh, pretty, sometimes very useful, right? You want to show all uppercase, or you want to do vice versa, like the other one. Or it's lower. I suppose I have a lower, but yeah, like you see here, it's supposed to have lower, but it's somehow we can up right here. Okay, I was thinking something below it, but right by lower. That's it. All letters lowercase, right? Length, just count how many characters. So there will be LEN. It is also useful some cases that you want to just simply count number of characters. Oops. Go. So that's the right there formula view. And here comes the last one, can-cat function. Can-cat is, I think, is short for concatenation, meaning that you're gonna merge or you're gonna just combine multiple cells into one. So that's what we're gonna do. For example, we have first name John, last name Smith. So we're gonna show it's a John, a space, Smith, okay? So we're gonna do the same thing here by using can-cat equal can-cat. Then you're gonna click the first cell to show, which is first name, which is A36, comma, but remember we need to show a space between first name and last name. So the space you're gonna show in Excel, just double quotes, then you're gonna hit space bar, so it'll give you one space, double quotes, comma, then you want to click B36, which is last name. Okay, so this will do. John Doe. Same thing, the last one, Mark Brown. So I'm going to just autofill. So syntax is just like that. So the key point to show a space or multiple spaces in Excel, double quotes, then using spacebar. If you need a little more space, like 2 spaces, one more time, 3, so many. Okay, but Excel count it as a character if you use this double quotes. Okay. But I think with this we can have a little bit variation, like adding different format with the names. Sometimes we show names with a last name, comma, a space, first name, right? So I think we can do that thing here. Like for example, I'm gonna show it as a cat, same thing, last name this time. So we're gonna show last name. Then we're gonna show comma, a space, right? So that would be comma, right? Then you're gonna hit a space so that you'll have a space right after comma, then double quotes, comma. Then you want to show first name, which is A35. Come on. A35. There you go. So you have a last name, comma, and first name. So that's where you're going to use the can-cat function anytime you want to kind of merge or you want to combine multiple cells into one like this. Any questions? All right. But that's the practice new functions which will not appear in the textbook. Then here comes the assignment number 2. So assignment number 2 is from case problems, module 2. Then I have video tutorials, so you can take a look from announcement section. Okay. Then you're going to do the discussion from discussion board and quiz number 2. Remember that you have 2 chances, 2 attempts each quiz. So even though you missed 1 or 2, just try it again so that you can get 100%. All right. Any questions at all? You can ask me any questions you may have.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
I noticed in the books after the case problems, it says if instructed to print the workbook. We're not printing the workbook though, are we?
No, we're not printing.
Okay.
No.
Perfect.
You can,
Thank you.
You can skip printing. Yes. Anybody else? Okay, so if you kind of stuck or if you're not sure how to do some case problems, let me know. Okay, I can help you out anytime. Okay, then. If you don't have any questions, we'll see you next time. Next week, matter of fact.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.